Hello everyone, it's Marnie. So today I'll be doing my August TBR. I've been not doing TBRs for a while because I just haven't had time and I kept forgetting, and I realised that because I haven't been doing them, the only thing that's coming up on my channel is unboxings or challenges, or recently the Reading Rush readathon. So I thought I would try and get back into doing TBRs. So I was meant to record this before August started and just completely lost track of time. I was meant to do my August bullet journal write-up and everything too, but I lost time for that as well, so I'm skipping the bullet journal for this month. So the first book that I actually had on my TBR for August was London Eye, the book one Toxic City by Tim Leben. So this book's synopsis is: 2 years after London is struck by a devastating terrorist attack, it is cut off by the world, protected by a military force known as the Choppers. The rest of Britain believes that the city is now a toxic, uninhabitable wasteland. But Jack and his friends, some of whom lost family on what has become known as Doomsday, know that the reality is very different. At great risk, they have been gathering evidence about what is really happening in London. And it is incredible, because the handful of London's survivors are changing, developing strange, fantastic powers, evolving. Upon discovering that his mother is still alive inside London, Jack, his sister, their three friends sneak into the city ruins. Vast swathes have been bombed flat. Choppers cruise the streets looking for survivors to experiment upon. The toxic city is filled with wonders and dangers that will change Jack and his friends, and perhaps kill them. But Jack knows that the truth must be revealed to the outside world, or every survivor will die. So I have actually already read this one. I'll leave the review for the wrap-up. But the synopsis was really good. When I got it given to me, I was actually, like all these books that are in my TBR, was given to me by my librarian. I think only one of the books I currently have is one I ordered myself. And one other book is an ebook that I have already read too. So the ebook that I have read, if I can remember rightfully which one it was, would be good, is... Oops. Where are you? My phone doesn't want to cooperate today. Is Destiny Binds, Timberwolves Trilogy Part 1 by Tammy Blackwells. Unfortunately, I can't get it to go back to the cover because my phone is mucking up beyond repair. So basically it's a paranormal romance story involving werewolves and shifters and stuff. There's this girl who dreams about this guy with certain coloured eyes. Eventually they meet and like a lot of stuff happens within their meeting and all that. They have to develop their relationship while everyone else doesn't really want them together, so it's basically like a Romeo and Juliet sort of setting. And I won't say any more because, like I said, I have already read that one too, and it will ruin everything if I say it, so I'll leave that for the review as well. So the next one I'm actually planning on moving on to is Strange Practice, a Dr. Greta Helsing novel by Vivian Shaw. So this says, meet Greta Helsing, doctor to the undead. Dr. Greta Helsing has inherited the family's highly specialised and highly peculiar medical practice. She treats the undead for a host of ills: vocal strains in banshees, arthritis in burroways, the entropy in mummies. It's a quiet, supernatural adjacent life until a sect of murderous monks emerge, killing human and undead Londoners alike. As terror takes hold of the city, Greta must use her unusual skills to stop the cult if she hopes to save her practice and her life. I have realised that a lot of the books my librarian gives me to read, which she thinks I'd be interested in, are all set in London. between America and London. I think those are the two popular locations with a lot of things, which makes me sad because I actually do like reading people's takes on other countries too, when they mix like your paranormal stuff in it. So that's one I've currently started. I'm hoping that it picks up a bit more. What I have read of it, I'm not too into, but that just might be because I haven't been feeling well. So the next book I have is actually 3 books in one. It's called Sweep, but it's the 3 books inside of it are The Book of Shadows, The Coven, Blood Witch, and it's by Kate Tiernan. So this is, I take it Sweep is the series name, but it's all 3 of the books in one, and what it says is, get swept away by the magic of an epic love. Everything seems to be love. Morgan Rowlands never thought she was anything other than a typical 16-year-old girl, but when she meets Cal, a captivating, handsome coven leader, she makes a discovery that turns her whole world upside down. She's a witch, descended from an ancient and powerful line, and so is Cal. Their connection is immediate and unbreakable. Cal teases out Morgan's power, her love, her magic, but Morgan discovers too soon that her powers are strong, almost too powerful to control, and she begins to suspect that Cal, her love, her soulmate, may be keeping secrets from her, secrets that this could destroy them both. So this is really, really interesting. I was going to return this without reading it because of how much I have to try and catch up on, but my lovely librarian has extended it enough so that I can probably get this in along with everything else. I'm trying to get through all my library books so I can start putting more library books on hold, because I gave myself a ban until I caught up on all the ones that were coming in. And even though most of these aren't ones I put on hold, because I've still got them and they're still coming in from suggestions, I'm trying to get through them, counting them as a hold book and keeping myself on the ban until I can get through all of them. So the next book is White Hot Kisses. The Dark Elements White Hot Kisses. So Jennifer L. Armentrout. Pardon, sorry. I've heard the author before. I'm pretty sure I've read a book from her before. I'm not overly sure. I'd have to go back through because I've read that many books. Her name is very familiar. When my librarian gave me this, her name just kept going through my head like I've already heard of her. I still haven't taken the time to find out why, but I'm pretty sure I've read one of her books before. And like I said, my librarian suggested this to me. It's not just generally because the only title part is White Hot Kisses. I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but my librarian reckons I might enjoy it. So yeah, so the synopsis is 16-year-old Layla just wants to be normal, fit in at school and go out on a real date with the gorgeous Zane, whom she crushes on since forever. Trouble is, Zane treats Layla like a sister, and Layla is anything but normal. She's half demon, half gargoyle, with unique abilities no one else possesses. And even though Zane is a warden, part of the race of gargoyles tasked with hunting demons and keeping humanity safe, Layla's kiss will kill anything with a soul, including him. Then she meets Ruth, a tattooed, sinfully hot demon who claims to know her secrets, though Layla knows she should stay away. It's tough when that whole no kissing thing isn't an issue. Trusting Ruth can ruin her chances with Zane and brand her a traitor to the Warden family that raised her. But as Layla discovers she's the sole reason for the violent demon uprising, kissing the enemy suddenly pales in comparison to the looming end of the world. So, outside of the title, the synopsis makes it sound like it's something I kind of would be interested in because of the war between everything, not so much the love triangle side of it, but more the war between races and seeing how it goes along with her romance and how things alter and change and what the characters are like. It's still got me sitting on a bridge. I don't know if I'm going to fully get into it or if it's going to be one of those books that I'm just going to regret starting to read and then having to finish because I don't DNF books. So the next one is one I put on hold and been waiting for a while and all that, which is Shadow Shaper by Daniel Jose Older. I'm pretty sure this is part of a series. Yes, it's book 1, but it doesn't say what the series is. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. So the synopsis for this is: come to the crossroads come. Sarah Stanigo planned to have an easy summer of making art and hanging out with her friends, but then a corpse crashes the first party of the season. Her stroke-ridden grandfather starts apologizing over and over, and when the murals in her neighborhood begin to weep real tears, well, something more sinister than the usual Brooklyn ruckus is going on. So, sounds interesting. I'm pretty sure I had this recommended to me from someone off of Instagram or something like that, but I can't remember. All I know is that someone mentioned it, and I put it on hold the day they mentioned it after researching, and then it finally came. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned by someone. It was one of the books that I researched up myself and was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let's put that on hold too. Now we're back into the ones my librarian's given me. Like I said, there was only one really that I'd done myself. So this one's called After the End of the World by Jonathan L. Howard. And if you can see tape on it, it's because there was other people that my librarian put names here for, but I don't want names showing. If it was just my name, that would be okay, but it's not just my name. So I've moved the tag and put it on the back, and then I'll put it back on the front before I give it back to my library. But my librarian's awesome that way. When people order in books that she thinks I like, she'll put them on hold for me, which is really awesome. So the synopsis for this book is: The unfolded world is a bitter and unfriendly place for Daniel Carter and Emily Lovecroft. In this world, the Cold War never happened because the Soviet Union ceased to exist in 1941. In this world, the Nazi... I cannot read German names, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that at all. So, Nazi is in the premium superpower. So in this world, the Nazi is the premium superpower, and it is not merely tolerable but indulged, because in this world the Holocaust happened behind the ruins of the Iron Curtain and consumed only Bolshevik, communists, and others the West was glad to see gone. In this world there are monsters, and not all of them are human. But even in the unfold world, there are still bills to pay and jobs to do. Carter finds himself working for the German Secret Society service to uncover the truth behind a major scientific joint project that is going suspiciously well. The trail takes Lovecroft and him to distant, abandoned islands and a conspiracy that threatens everything. To fight it, Lovecroft must walk perilously narrow paths between forbidden knowledge and soul-destroying insanity. Fortunately, she also has a shotgun. So it sounds really interesting. I don't mind German history. I did do modern and ancient history during high school, and I find history interesting, in my opinion. I've seen people's takes on history and how they write it and all. Like I said, I'm not very good with German names, so reading them out loud will not happen. But this one does sound interesting. I haven't seen anything or heard anything about this book, so I wasn't overly sure what it was like when my librarian passed it to me, but the inside sounds rather interesting, so I'll be giving that one a try. And the last one, which was also the last book my librarian gave me for the moment, is called Devil's Day. After the blizzard of a century ago, it was weeks before anyone got in or out. By that time, what had happened there, what the devil had done, was already fable. Devil's Day is a day for children now, of course. A tradition it's easy to mock from the outside, but it's important to remember why we do what we do. It's important to know what our grandfathers have passed down to us, because it's hard to understand if you're not from the valley, how this place is in your blood. That's why I came back with Kate, and not just because the gaffer was dead, though that year we may have let the devil in after all. So this one sounds interesting. Like I said, it's another one my librarian gave me. It doesn't have a very huge description. Oh yeah, the author's name is Andrew Michael Hurley. I forgot that one. I haven't read the other book that's on here. I haven't heard of this author. I haven't heard of this book, but someone passed it back into the library after they'd borrowed it, said it was okay. My librarian's hoping I like it because the last book she gave me before this one I didn't overly like, and when I passed it back to her I told her it was the most horriblest piece of thing I ever read, which was Tallulah Rising, which I read during the reading rush, which stopped her from reading it too, because I wasn't the only person that said it was really, really horrible. So she's hoping, and did tell me she's hoping that I'll enjoy this one, because I didn't enjoy that one. So they're all the books I plan on getting through by the end of April, by the end of August. Hopefully I can get through all of them, because a majority of them have to go back, and I've had at least 2 of them with me for at least 2 months now. No, probably 3 months actually. So hopefully I'll get through them and I can return them, and then I won't be forcing myself not to borrow library books anymore. But yeah, so that's all for my August TBR. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I will be trying to do more TBRs and the wrap-ups and get more stuff other than just unboxings and that up on my channel. If you like it, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.